Security guide.
Most of the people who actually fine at PSIRA, they are being fined for admin, failure to do admin properly. Other than to say you omitted, you didn't want it to do it, you neglected it. The guide actually does not know how to do proper stuff.
Welcome to the Security Guide podcast, where safety meets strategy. Today, I have a special guest in the house, Zwueli Mkhize. Zwueli, welcome to the Security Guide podcast.
I thank you very much, Rafee, for inviting me today to your podcast. I think it's going to be wonderful. And people out there, your viewers will be able to understand what does the security
Yes.
entails and so
Yes,
on.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
So, Zwueli, how are you doing, man? How's things going? You well?
No, I'm well. I'm well, Rafee, and thanks for asking.
No, that's good, man. So take the listeners a little bit back about, obviously, if anybody don't know, Zwueli Mkhize is a former PSIRA inspector and a foreign law enforcement. So take us back a little bit. Who was Zwueli in his younger days, and where'd you come from, and a little bit about your background?
Thank you. Thank you, Rafi. Okay. I'll start to say that Zwueli Mkhize I actually grew up in the Northern Cape, in the town of Kimberley.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they call it the
That,
Grootgat,
yes, the diamonds.
the diamonds. Yes,
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 yes, yes,
yes.
yes.
But I didn't actually spend all my life in the Northern Cape. At a younger age, I moved to KwaZulu Natal, Midlands, and I ended up being here in the Western Cape in Cape
Mhm.
Town. Um, when I grew up, I was like all other children. I never knew that at the end of my career or towards me growing up, I will actually
Go further study and all.
yeah, further study and being in this interesting field of security.
Mm.
When I came to the Western Cape, obviously, after I left KZN, I joined the law enforcement. I work here in the base in Cape Town, South Africa. I
So
work.
what? Sorry. So what year did you come to? I just wanted. What year did you come to Cape Town, and when did you start your studies? What year was that in?
I actually studied at the University of the Western Cape. I was already employed at that time
So
as a
you
law enforcement officer.
okay? So you did the peace officer course.
No, I did the forensic examination.
Okay, you did the forensic examination. So you started your journey as a law enforcement.
That's correct. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I become very interesting in things surrounding security, and job, or let me say activities surrounding investigation.
Mm.
That's actually where my career started. I became more interested, especially that I was during the time when I was at university.
Hmm.
I was already working as a law enforcement officer.
So you were doing part time law enforcement, and part time you were doing your studies
Uh, I can say that I was full time.
full time.
There was arrangement.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. Between the unit that I was
Oh,
working for with the
what year was
university.
this in?
That was around
More
2010.
2010.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So you basically finished off back then.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
Yeah.
did any of your family or anybody that you knew that was in detective work or SAPS or any of this, or you just purely your own passion?
It was purely on passion, Rafi.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. No, interesting. So you basically started, you got to uni, you doing law enforcement, and then you finishing your investigate forensic, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So you got a degree in that.
Yes, yes. Now I've got a certificate. I can say a
A
diploma.
diploma. All right.
Yes.
Okay. So how many years were you in law enforcement?
I was there for 11 years.
11 years. Wow. So you
Yes.
must have seen. So which department were you working for?
Uh,
Uh,
I was a detective for a part of the investigation team
okay.
for the that duration. Yeah, at some stage I also work at the court environment.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so I work as a court orderly.
Okay, okay.
Yes, yes.
So then, how did the transition happen with you getting moving on from a law enforcement into the PCRA inspector? Did you have some understanding of SIRA back then, or how did that transpire?
Having looking at the job description, obviously, of what was that Sira was needing. Sira was actually at that period about to open what they call the enforcement unit,
Okay.
where they were mostly looking for candidates who has an experience in investigation. So I then took that opportunity to apply, and I was then chosen a candidate, and I resumed my duties in KwaZulu Natal province as a SIRA inspector. That was back then in 2011.
2011. So just
Yes.
so how did somebody recruit you, or did you just see the opportunity somewhere on how did you first see that there was a post available at SIRA?
No, nobody recruited me. You know, I felt at that stage when I was working as a law enforcement officer that my knowledge was actually being underused.
Mm,
So I started looking for more challenging work.
okay.
And that's where now, when I was at that period looking for something different,
Okay, so we're looking for a change of
change
environment.
my
Okay.
career, yes. And then that's why I found myself at Sierra.
All right, nice. So you basically started SIRA in 2011. So take us through how was that transition from moving into law enforcement and now coming into the arena of SIRA, and how was your first few months for you and your leading up to basically starting from law enforcement to SIRA? How did that look?
Um, it wasn't that difficult, I may say, because duties that the job or the work that was trusted upon me by the authority was I was actually equal to the tasks. You know, it wasn't something new because in the police or in the law enforcement environment, I was
Mhm.
also exposed to investigation of fraud.
Okay.
And part of SIRA, most of work is that you conduct a lot of auditing. So
Mm,
you surf among document looking for irregularities in terms of payment and stuff like that. So when I was given this opportunity to being working in that part of the environment, it wasn't difficult, you know.
okay.
Yes.
So you were basically part of the investigations with SIRA.
Yes, I work both in the compliance unit. Compliance, that's what they do monitoring mostly. They will visit companies as inspectors to look for faults or to check whatever complaints that are being laid by external stakeholders. You know,
Okay,
yes,
okay.
yes, yes.
So that's
So,
interesting.
mm,
So basically, so your day to day role as an inspector, you then don't do. It wasn't like a normal inspection. If you coming to a company, that means there's a complaint and there's you have to come see some issues at the company already. Then where you get like this, from what I gather, is there's two different type of inspectors, right? The one
yes, in
is
compliance, and then
compliance.
the other unit was enforcement.
So you were enforcement.
I was doing both.
You're doing both.
Yes, yes, yes. I was doing both when I was there. So it wasn't difficult. For some of the years, they will put me on compliance.
Hmm.
And then the other years, like during my 13 years working for the authority, I'll be doing enforcement. So I could work both. There was no difficulties for me to work in both units.
You were working in a KZN, right, as a SIRA inspector. And when did you move over to the Western Cape?
Since I informed you that in KZN,
Hmm.
I started early in 2011.
Hmm.
So I moved to Cape Town just at the end of 2023. Sorry, yeah, 2023.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. That I spent more or less 3 years
Okay.
in KwaZulu Natal province.
Uh, 3 years. So you so you 2011 you started, and
So
you 2013,
2012, 2011,
2012,
2012,
2013.
2013. So
Sorry.
I moved towards December.
Okay, so 2013. All right,
Yes, yes.
December. And
Sorry,
then
sorry for that.
so your more of your time was in Western Cape.
More of my experience,
Experience,
more,
yes.
yes, was in the Western Cape. Yes.
Okay. So for if I'm basically somebody as a SIRA inspector, what and what enforcement can SIRA do to a security company? What mandate do they have for somebody that's not out there? Just in a nutshell, for
No.
as the regulator authority, like just give somebody a little bit of a background about SIRA and their mandate over the security industry.
CIRA is it's actually a regulator.
Hmm.
It's a regulator. When I'm meaning it's a regulator, they play a good role in order to create stability as a government organization within the security sector.
Hmm.
So they without CIRA, I mean, there will be chaos in South Africa because all this security company there has to be have accountability, and CIRA as the regulator is then now there in order to offer accountability. They have to have somebody where they report or where there is a uniformity in terms of how the industry must run. So CIRA actually playing a very big part. So I was very lucky that I work for the organization like CIRA for the duration of our 13 years, because I was having an opportunity now to understand how the industry works,
Mm,
yes. So CIRA is its mandate by the state entities to regulate and to make sure that all the security companies, even though it's not concentrated only on security company, but also on the security officers itself.
mm.
So they regulate the industry to make sure that everything functions well and everybody's got accountability. You'll hear that I was speaking more of the companies, even the officers also. They've got a mandate to adhere to the regulations of CIRA. So it's not only that, and also the clients as well. The CIRA Act compels them actually to be in compliance, to only take or to only use the
Comply.
services of the registered security companies.
Okay,
Yes.
interesting. Okay, so the thing is, so that's an interesting point. But now, can you tell us, as an inspector, what are some of the major mistakes or the compliance issues that companies are normally facing out there in the industry currently right now? Maybe top two, top three, like unregistered guards or foreigners. What should companies be looking out for
In what perspective, perhaps, if I may
as as
assist?
as being non-compliant as a security company?
I think companies, Rafi, they just need to familiarize themselves with the law, because the
Mm.
law of CIRA actually give them everything there,
So where do they get the
comply.
law from? Is there a
Uh,
manual? Is there somewhere where they can actually download it, or is
it's something that you can download. When you are interested in security, you can also visit CIRA offices. They will actually sell you the manuals that they have, the legislature, which
mm,
will give you guidance of how things are done in the security field, and what is that you need to do and not to do. Because everything is scripted in the law, it's written there, black
okay?
and white. Yes, yes. So there is no ignorance to say, yes, I employ the unregistered security officer because I didn't know. So the
Mm.
law is there. If you are interested in something, you go yourself out there to find out how is this industry is working.
And tell me, did you get any, during your time, do you remember of any companies that was giving you pushback, or basically during your when you went out doing an inspection at a company? Have you ever experienced any, feeling threatened, or you don't have to give a company's name, but just as the job entails, was it because obviously people don't like to be audited. That's just generally the status quo of the companies.
Yeah, I can tell you as I'm sitting, I don't think there is any companies that likes to be audited. You know, whenever you come in at the company, you'll always like find a pushback, and this is not we don't have. You know, you can feel it that everybody is tense
Is
when you are
it?
there as an inspector. Yes, so they don't associate you as somebody who actually come to offer help. They associate you with somebody who come to look for trouble. So those are the things day-to-day experience that you need to overcome and
Mm,
work through, and just to explain to companies that you are there to help, and you're there for nothing else other than for compliance, that officers must be paid fairly in terms of the law, and people must adhere to the normal rules
mhm.
of SIRA. So this always happened that you come there, people are tense, you know. So, but it's your responsibility as an inspector to tell them we are not there to harm anybody. You know, we are also there to enforce or to do your job. You know
Mhm.
that we are. I mean, the law has imposed upon you because these inspectors are also guided
By
by the
Sira
law.
of Sira.
Yes, yes, yes.
Interesting. So then basically your 13 years, basically that you said 10 to 13 years that you were in Sira,
Yes.
and currently now, so what made you decide on leaving Sira and starting your own consultancy, which I want to discuss more further. So how did that look at, how long did you know before that you were going to exit Sira and move on to your own consultancy and helping the industry?
It started when I was within Sarah. I could notice, or I could, you know, when I go out there, you will find the clients that you can see this individual really want to comply. It's not a matter that he actually want to commit some
Mm,
fraud, or he
mm,
just he does not know how to put correct salary advances. I mean, pay sheets for the security officers.
yes.
He don't know how to register for provident fund, so he actually need help, you know. So
Okay.
I noticed that most of the time people will cry out for help.
Okay.
Inspector, I not a matter that I don't want to comply. I really do, but I don't know how. So then when I was within, I noticed that the regulator was actually not having much of those people who will go out and train the security service provider. It was
Mm,
upon them of going out and looking for that help of how to do these things. So that's how then I saw an opportunity to say, ah, when I can leave this as
so,
an inspector, I will have an opportunity to go out there and assist now
mm.
the security companies to comply and to do things right, you know.
Okay, so it was always,
Yes,
so you, while you were being an inspector, you saw the gaps in the organizations where the people needed assistance, and they, all they needed was certain help and certain compliance, how to actually do
exactly,
the proper
things
payment.
right.
Yes,
Yes, yes, yes,
yes,
yes, right.
because the issue is like how to pay the guards, the overtime.
Time, yeah, there was a
Yes,
lot of things. How do I register for medical aid,
aid, the engagements,
engagements?
and
Yes.
so and a lot of them never knew how to do it.
Yeah, they never know how to do it. Even to put to buy proper uniform, that is the law legislate what how much the card looks like.
Mm.
You know, so I help clients with those.
So
What?
there was a huge gap as you went to companies,
Yes,
and
yes.
unfortunately, they had to pay the hefty price by fines of CEDA.
That's the thing now. They were being penalized, you know, day to day in. You can't have an excuse, you know. You
Mm,
have to comply, but you don't know how.
mm,
So I then said, ah, I can maybe be a lifesaver when I go
mm,
out there and I establish my own business. I can be able to because most of the people who actually find it, Sierra, they are being fined for admin failure to do admin properly,
mm,
you know, other than to say you omitted, you know, you didn't want it to do it, you neglected it, you know. The guy actually does not know how to do proper stuff, you know,
Mm,
how to identify, you know, the right candidate to do the work and stuff like that. Probably people couldn't even identify a guy who's got a criminal record.
mm,
Now that I'm a consultant, a guy will say, I want to employ 5 guards. Here's their ID numbers. Can you check for me if it's the right people that I can employ? There's a guy came here by me. He submitted this certificate. Is it a legit certificate? Can I employ this person? You know, then
mm,
I'll go through, do verification, and tell this guy is all right. You can employ him. So most of the time, the people get like shocked when the PSIRA inspector come and say, "But do you know this employer or this employee is actually having a criminal record, or this employee is not registered? He's got fake document."
mm.
So I now actually on the other side where I
Okay.
assist these service providers to do the right thing.
No, interesting. So once you left Sira, then you basically moved on to your consultancy. So tell us a bit about or the name of your consultancy, and if somebody wants to acquire your services, how do we go about doing that?
Okay, the company that I established 3 years ago when I left Sierra, and I think it's 2023. It's called Zemkor Consulting. So I basically do consultation
Mm-hmm.
with Zemco Consult. I'm the sole director.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, through my experience, I have to do it because I know the insight
Mm-hmm.
and everything regarding the industry and so on. So I am the sole director currently, and that's what I do,
Okay, so
consultation.
so if I'm a security I own a security company, if I want to rent in you to render my services, how do I actually go about doing it?
Um, I've got two type of clients,
Mm-hmm.
not forgetting the security officers. So I've got companies that are they actually full time clients. When I say full time clients, they will pay certain fee for me to be able to help them without any payment, you know.
Okay, cool. So
So
retainer
then,
based.
yeah, the retainer base, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
they will like when they've got problems, or maybe if they've got inspection and then inspector want certain document and he does not understand how to compile those documents, I will then that company will then call me, and then I will look at what the inspector require or requesting from the company. Then I will assist them in formulating those documents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there's certain criteria in terms of the Basic Condition of Employment Act. That the inspector will normally, well, always, let me say, like their document to be compiled in that manner. So you
Mm-hmm.
cannot just say when they need a name list of companies and then you do your own. They need it in a specific way.
Mm,
So those are the members that are within the group that I will help. So they don't need to pay me for any call out or something like that.
mhm,
And you get a certain group that will, when they've got a problem, then they will call me for just for me to assist them
mm.
on that particular problem.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
So like a hearing, if I have a hearing at CEDA, that I have a charge docket to
It
appear.
appear there's a charge sheet, or they receive a charge sheet in terms of code of conduct,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't interpret the charge sheet. So I will then say, email me the charge sheet. I will do interpretation, and I will explain them how serious are those charges. You know,
Mm,
yes, yes. So that is the third second group now
mm,
of my clients. Not forgetting now the third group, that will be security officers.
mm,
I will assist them. Maybe if they want to go renew, they don't know how to renew for their, because the renewal of your certificate, I think, is every after 2 years.
mm,
You need to renew. So I will assist. They will stop me sometimes at shops, asking me, we know, we still remember you when you were working for this or the authority. And then they will ask me, can you assist me? I want to renew. So they I will do those on ad hoc
All
basis.
right. So
Those are
Zweli,
not.
it seems that you have a lot of services to offer. So if I'm somebody new in the industry and I'm thinking of maybe I'm a security guard or a manager and I'm thinking of opening up my own security company, do you assist with that?
In terms of registering a company, yes, I do. If you've got your CK or CPRO document, I will assist you. I only need perhaps your CIPC and then your business letterhead, and then I will do the rest. Yeah.
And how long does it normally take from start to finish for it to actually where they actually SIRA registers your company? And is there an inspection that they come out? So just take us a little bit through that process.
Yes, yes. Thanks for asking again, Rafi. Yes. I Maximum, I will take a month. That will include where the SIRA inspector has to come out to assess your infrastructure because they cannot just give you a certificate to say you are the registered security company.
Hmm.
They need to come and do assessment to check if your office is in compliance, your office has got all the necessary equipments, your desks. It's not. What is most importantly that people must understand is that SIRA will never approve your registration if you are working on a container, or a building that can be easily taken away. They call it immovable property or immovable
Mm.
building or structure. So people mustn't say, "Ah, I'm gonna use this container over there," and there's a lot of things they do. If you don't have like a proper office, yes, you can.
Work from home.
Work from home, but they need your office to be isolated, to be separate from your kitchen. You cannot just call the inspector and say, "Here's my infrastructure," but it's right in the middle of your kitchen or it's right in the middle of your dining room. So it needs to be an isolated room where it's proper. I mean, like tables and chairs and a laptop or a computer. Your printer must be there.
Mm.
Your telephone must be there, so you need to make a good setup of an office environment away from the way the kids are playing.
Mm.
Yes, yes. So I do registration. I can also go to your property and inspect. But now we are lucky. We've got these video
Video.
phones, so you can take the video of the place where you're going to be conducting your secret. And I can tell you, no, that is not compliant.
Mm.
Please look for a nice place where it will be approved by the SIRA inspectors. So
Mm.
my first 3 weeks will obviously concentrate more on preparing the papers and sending it over to SIRA electronically or that by email, and then the last week of the month, the third week, will be then given to the SIRA as the authority to go approve your structure where you're gonna working. So I will say roughly it's within the month, 4 weeks, where your registration will be approved. It might be lesser than that, depending if there is an inspector available
Mm-hmm.
after the registration
Mm.
of your company. Yes.
Oh, interesting. But I see I see a lot of people. They make the mistake is that once they pay the registration fee and they see that charges immediately once they get their registration, there's another annual fees that they are getting deducted, and they sometimes think like we just 1 or 2 months and CIRA's charging. Can you just explain that pro rata fee that CIRA charges? Explain registration and annual fees.
Yeah, years before there was no fees like that. When you register your company,
Mm-hmm.
you won't pay nothing for that particularly year. Let's say you register your company now. This is 2025.
5 August,
Yeah,
September, sorry.
September. So you're gonna be due on the SIRA new financial year, which start on the 1st of April until the next year in March.
Mhm,
So once you register your company now, you stay on a clean slate. Then on a new year, that will be 2026, 2027.
mhm,
They will then bill you. But something new, then they started to say, the money that you paying for registration with the board is only for registration. Then you need to pay your annual fees as well. Now, what is annual fees? Annual fees is the levy by the law that you, as a security service provider, you need to pay over to PSIRA for your operating license. So for that duration of the year, you pay like your car disc for your
Mm.
vehicle. For you, in order to be authorized to be on the road, you need to pay a certain levy for you to, for it's not that they are taking away your license. You are a registered service provider, but it's just that you are paying for your registration for you to operate for your license. So that's where now this pro rata comes in actually.
Mm.
So they will, let's say, make an example, the yearly license that you pay for your company is standing at 8,500
Hmm.
now. They actually grows each
Per
year
annum,
by
yes.
10 years by 10%, I think. So if you register in the middle from, let's say, around this time of the year, you register your company. Yes, it will be registered, but few weeks later, then you will see on your statement there appear an amount. So it will be half of that 8,500
Mm.
that you need to pay. If you register early, let's say you register in April, you are gonna pay the whole amount of 850 plus your 8,500 plus your 8,500 of your registration. So that's how then the pro rata works.
So guys have to actually keep in mind it's a costly affair. So it's basically your consultant fee, then it's your registration
Registration fee
fee,
with zero.
and then it's your annual fees. So that's besides any of your fixed costs and your assets that you have to buy for the company. So guys that are thinking of opening up a security company, they need to have a set amount set aside.
That's correct. Yes, yes.
It's not that easy
Yeah,
to be able to just start and grow and make it a success. So those that are thinking of joining the security industry, and this is something that I see a lot of people
that's true. It's true.
that
I agree with you.
they look at, oh, this person got this nice contract, this person got that nice
Mm,
contract, and the problem is that they start out, they look big on the eye, and a few years later they go down
mm,
because, hence, you saying all the compliances that you have to pay for, and people do not pay for it. And then they realize that when the time comes, when these authorities or these inspectors come and they hit them with penalties, and they sort of their liability, they didn't put the proper defense in,
mm,
they're out of business. And so hence why it's so important to have I can see the consultancy or working with somebody that is knowledgeable in the industry that can save you, tens of
mm.
thousands of rands. So you are doing good work, as well. The other thing is, we can talk about, do you also help people register training centers, and what sort of courses are there in the training centers that SIDA has a mandate for in the training sector?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I do. I do assist companies, obviously, to register the what they call the training centers.
Yes.
Yeah, but people don't understand. You'll find people coming to me and say, "Really, I just need to register a training center." They need to bear in mind that before you have a training center, you must have a security company as well. So
Mm.
you first register yourself as a security company, and then on top of that SIRA number that you are given by SIRA to say you are registered, and then you register now, you add a training center on that. You cannot
Mm.
just register a training center on its own. It needs to stand on top of
The
the
security
security
company,
company.
yes.
Yes, yes. So you've got type of registration, and both of them you need to pay money. So that you pay the money for a company, you still need to pay certain fees that you are registering now, what they call the training center.
Mm.
Yes, yes, yes. So I do register the companies. It depends now how many student you want to have as
And
a
class
starting
capacity and
class capacity. You may start with the one class,
mm.
with 10 students, or you might start with two classes with 10 students each, which make 20. There's also a lot of categories within the training itself, because you will have companies that are doing the grades. that, let's say grade E
EDs.
to A,
Yes.
and then they will do that, do specialized courses like your arm response and so on. So you cannot just register your A to E grade to A, and then you then want to jump and do training on an armed response
Mm,
without you as a company has registered and notified SIRA that you are also doing the armed response.
mm,
You get also training specialized courses like your special events.
mhm,
You get it's also quite a number of things that locksmith that is being done within the security sector. So it's
mm,
a quite a number of categories. But people does not know. That's where now, as a consultant, I chip in and then assist them how to do compliance, how to
mm,
do about all this, how to go about to do all this registration. It's quite complex. No, you won't
mm.
understand if you are new, especially if you are new in the industry.
No, interesting. So basically, now some of your clientele that you do have, what are the most common things that you, or if you could say your top three things that you commonly have to assist security companies with that maybe other security companies are maybe not seeing or having oversight of or new players that's coming into the industry, like renewals or what's something that you feel that is.
I think most of the work that I've been doing, which I think it's a demand out there, it has
Yeah.
been more of Zwueli, I want to start my own company.
S-
How do I go about?
New
So I had new
registrations.
registration. So
Okay,
I take
that's
you through that. If you really don't know what to do, I do all the runarounds for you. I
mm.
do all the calls. I do all the visiting of SIRA offices for you, and also I take you through that.
So you save people time. They can just basically give you all the
Yeah, the
paperwork.
paperwork, and then I do all the right. I save a lot of time for people. You don't know have to go all these doors, knock on all these doors.
Okay.
You don't know whom to speak to. You have to go to all these offices being searched at the door.
Yes.
So I do that for you. Yeah.
And tell me if I'm a director of a security company, if I want to register, do I need any grades or can I just register a company without grades?
Uh, The SIRA, I think when the legislature came in, the
Mm,
SIRA Act of 2001, before that, you could just register your company
mm,
before 2001 without having any actually grade like you could register with any grade, whether it's C grade or E grade. But now when the new legislature came, it specifically stated that you need to have a grade B or grade A, which is the most manager type of training that you receive. So you have to be having the grade A or grade B for you
mm.
to being a new director of a company.
I just let me reiterate that means grade E, D, C, N because there's still people that still come to me and or like I'm hearing that guys the salary of grade E is no longer there and the grade D
It's
is
no
is
longer
no longer there.
there.
So
Yes.
can't I just do grade C? And sometimes people just want to sign up for grade C and they don't do grade E and D.
Yeah, yeah, it is like that. But we are there to guide you. I think you are also part of training
Yes,
as wise
yes, yes,
guide.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So I mostly sometimes refer people to you because that's your field.
Mm.
Yes.
No, no, I'm just saying, have you, because sometimes people hearing this thinking, oh no, the Zweli said, I just need a grade B.
Yeah, yeah, but now you need to start from the start. You cannot just jump to grade B. You need to do all the necessary grades, starting from E, D, C, B, and A. Yeah,
Mm.
it's true that you people will think, ah, I'm just going to get these two grades, whether
Mm.
B or A, then I will be a company director. But you need to go step by step.
And I've also had some interesting things. People send me a screenshot of the grades on Sierra, and they said, I only see C over there. I don't see grade E
C
and
and
D.
D. Yeah.
Please do my grade E and D.
Yeah, before years, but it has been faded away,
Yes.
starting now from grade C and then B. But you need to go undergo, or even though it's faded away, you can't be paid using, I mean, using grade E and D, but you still have modules that you need to know what a guard in grade E
Mm.
do, what a security officer in
Okay.
grade D do. Yes, and then secondly, since you asked me, whom are the most people who come to me for services,
Yes.
I also do the code of conduct.
Code of conduct. Yes.
Yes, yes, I don't want to omit that. Where maybe you are already established security company, and then you get a summons. You are being called at SIRA.
Yes.
You need to bring a lawyer. You don't know. You don't know
Yes.
even how to interpret your charges. You just see count 1 to count 10.
So
So
take us through that over there, and take us, from when you have a charge and if SIRA finds you guilty, and also tell us what's the difference also when you want to do a settlement. What does that mean? And also when, yeah, so let's start on the legal aspect when you now have to sit and you have to come to SIRA, legal
yeah,
team.
let's first start let me first start by saying, don't think as an ordinary person out there that Sarah will only summons or a person who's got a security company. Even though you are an ordinary South African, if you cross the boundaries of Syria law, they will summons you. Let's say you are just deciding all of a sudden you register. I know you start your own company. You put 5 guards at the garage next door. You run, and then Syria happens to go there. Doesn't mean that you are not gonna be fall under any criminal offense, because Syria Act is strictly saying those are very serious allegations that they can even open a case at the
Case against you.
local police station for you. So it's not only the people that will receive some; it's only ordinary South Africans. Even the consumers. When I'm talking about the consumers, a person who hired a security company that is not registered and then
Mm.
put it on the site, that person can also get a summons to say you appear in court because you are acting against the law. You mean you take unregistered security company or guards in that
Mm.
particular, and then you put them at site. Even the guard itself, who go render security of services while he knows that he is not registered. I'm speaking about the people
The
like your
foreigners.
foreigners or the car guards and stuff
Mm.
like that. But most of the people that comes to me will not be an ordinary people on the road, on the street out there, but the companies that will say to me, "Hey, I'm a registered, but now I received this summons. How do I go about? First time I receive this summons, then I'm able to assist those people.
Mm.
I'll interpret, and then I will go to the prosecutor or to the authority or to the tribunal, and then try to negotiate with Syria.
Mm.
Yes.
So basically, so what would classify me for offense where I go to the tribunal where SIDA will basically withdraw my license? I mean, and then other. So what's the sort of penalties that SIDA normally gives you? Like, let's just say for an unregistered guard, maybe I have like three unregistered guards. Or what will the penalty look more or less for that? And
That is very serious, and SIRA is authorized to do that, to withdraw your registration, either your own personal SIRA registration. Let's say
my
grade
personal,
your grade B certificate, they can take it away. They've got authority to do that. Because remember, at the beginning of this interview, I said their mandate is to regulate, to make sure that things are happening smoothly. And there's not, because once they're not being registered, let's set up an example, and the company B is registered and they don't get a job. So,
mm,
and then you get it. And this guy has gone all this stress to compile, to comply, to get all these certificates, and boom, you get the work, and he's there. It isn't that gonna create an instability within the security sector? Yes, that guy is gonna sit there in the morning and say, "But I have to go through all these processes." And there comes the guy from the street. He has a job. He's got a tender, whatever job it is. So Zira's mandate is to regulate that. People must have a fair share in the security sector.
mm.
to enjoy all the benefits, but in the right way, of course. Yes,
Okay.
yeah. But I can say that other people they don't know they do it illegally, or others they know but deliberately they break the
Mm.
law. So I'm always there, even if you hold a hearing where you have to be in front of the presiding officer. There is some arrangement that can be done for you to have an attorney or no
Is this done at SIRA's
at
offices?
SIRA's offices.
So
Yes,
if I get
because
a charge, I go to SIRA's offices and then I'm sitting with the SIRA's prosecutor and a presiding officer.
yes, yes, yes.
And then it's you can represent the company.
I can make means to represent the company. They have some attorneys for you, and just
Okay.
because you've got a right as a South African to defend your case.
Okay, and if I'm found
So you
guilty,
are being granted that opportunity at the tribunal.
so if I'm found guilty of a charge, what sort of happens? I have to pay a fee or what? How does it work?
It's twofold. Mostly, remember that you will be charged, even the charge sheet when it comes, on your own capacity as a director, and then the entity as well. Let's say wise guy will be charged also separately.
Mm.
So that actually make the fines to be more, because the company will get its own fines if you do found guilty,
Mm-hmm.
and you as a director for failing to take an obligation to make sure that your company complies with the law, you will also get your fine. Set an example, the company will get 30,000 fine, you also get 30,000 fine on your own capacity because you failed
Mm.
dismally to make sure that your company complies with the law. So that
Okay.
is the worst scenario now when you have to
Okay.
go there. And they can make any decision to say, we were gonna withdraw your company,
Mm.
so that's how now people need somebody like me who can guide them through, who can tell them the
Wow.
severity of the charges against them. Because
N-
you never like when in the middle of your tender and then
Yeah.
your license is being
Think,
taken away.
wow. That's
Yeah,
a
it's a
scary thing. So
disaster. Yeah.
guys, I want to be respectful of Zweli's time. He came to share with us his thoughts and his basically his expertise. And I'm sure, guys, if you guys haven't heard before, and the seriousness of being registered and following the regulation of SIRA, it's so important, guys. I understand, yes, the glamour of running, being a security boss. Everyone makes it look so glamorous, but the amount of work and stress that it goes into it, it's enormous. And I mean, to be able to be subjected to a hearing at SIRA, it's not a simple thing. So, if anybody wants to get in contact with Zweli, where is the best place to contact you? I'll probably leave details. Do you have a website?
Not yet, but I've got a contact number where people can contact me.
Okay,
Yes,
you
I
can
don't know if I can
you can
share
share
it.
your number. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. If you wanna contact Zweli, for any consultation regarding the security industry itself, any problem that you might encounter, whether it's criminal matters that you are being charged at the police station, where because SIRA has got a mandate to also register their complaint, especially when it's more serious with the police. If you have got those problems, please contact me, and then we will see when you go to the police station what are the other options that maybe you can be released on a warning, and so on. So it's very important that you contact me. I'll share my number. It's a 082 I repeat, it's 082 That's where you're gonna get me anytime of because people get arrested at night.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will try and
Thanks,
assist and
really.
give you advice. Yes, telephonically, I can also assist people without me going to your site or where you are.
Mm.
And secondly, through the technology that we have, don't think that Zweli is in Cape Town. So when he's in Cape Town, he won't be able to assist me with my registration.
Mm.
So it's easy. We've got emails today. If you want to
Countrywide.
register a company, I'll ask few documents from you. You send it to me. I can launch the application while I'm in Cape Town, and your
Lovely.
company will be registered in Limpopo, Durban, and ever. So we use this technology, guys.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, guys. As you can see, Zweli shared his nuggets with us, and we learned so much about the security industry, the challenges, and what the security guys go through, the security bosses, the staff, and everything. And yeah, so I wish Zweli all the best in
Thank
your
you, Rafee.
consultancy, and hopefully we see you again. And those that did not subscribe, please subscribe, like, and share. It helps us grow the channel. And anybody that you feel that that can take benefit from this, please share it with them. We'll highly appreciate it. Till we meet again, this is the Security Guide podcast. Thank you and
Thank
take care.
you. Thank you.
Security